Angie K in the building. Do you still like the Angie K, or do you just want to be Angie no K?
No, I am forever Angie K, and I will not respond to anything else. I love it.
It is your sophomore season as a Snowflake holder.
Yes.
But I want to go back to your freshman year as a Snowflake holder, where we ended the season. The big beach scene.
Monica is not who she says she is.
Okay.
She's not our friend.
What's
and the
happening?
name that you all know her as is Reality Von Tease.
No.
What?
No.
Did you have any FOMO not being there for Heather's big reveal?
I didn't know where they were. I was up in my room getting ready, and I was kind of being detained. And I was always told by the girls, if you're the last one in, you're the target. And I thought, what is going on? But, I thought I was a target, and obviously I was not. But yeah, when I watched it, it makes sense. I mean, they've been together from day one, and I think, they felt like we're not doing this again, and they wanted to put their foot down, so I get it.
So you walked into that dinner a little worried you might be facing a firing squad.
I sure did. I had no idea that I wasn't the culprit.
I have your perfect formula. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything to prove that you are a bully and a troll, and you do not deserve to be at this table.
As everything was unfolding, what was going through your brain, and when did it click for you of like, oh, I gotta go I'm on that team, I gotta get over here?
I remember Whitney got up out of her chair and said, I'm not sitting by her, and she pulled her chair away. And then I kind of realized I'm not sitting by her either. So I knew where I wanted to be, I knew who my friends were, and moved my chair.
Have you had any contact with Monica since we last saw her at reunion?
No, I blocked her. I think it's just best for both of us, that we're not friends. Obviously, we were never friends. So I like to put people like that, at a distance and just keep them away from my friend and business. And I wish her well, but I definitely, don't really want to have any communication with her.
Understandably so. This is your third season because we met you as a friend of.
Yes.
Where does this one rank for you? Is season 5 your best season?
Yes, it is the best. Mary said something the other day. She said, can you believe that you got Center Snowflake and you were having so much fun? So to look back and have it be positive, because really season 4 was not very positive for me, so yeah.
When you saw that you were in the middle there with your Snowflake, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I cried.
You cried?
Yeah, I cried. I did. I think I went through a lot. I just felt like people felt like they had to put me through the ringer, try and ice me out, try and take me down. And it just kind of reminded me that the cream rises to the top. And just being your authentic self and having fun can actually be a great thing, and that I don't need to be a villain or be a bad person to stand in the center and represent Salt Lake City.
And you guys are all ganging up. You guys are ganging up.
You have accused everyone in our core group of having affairs.
I want to talk about where we end premiere. We end with this sort of gang up on Whitney, where Lisa, Meredith, and Heather are all airing their grievances against her and calling her a liar. Do you think Whitney is a liar?
No, I don't. I don't. I think she spoke her truth. Sometimes, she's trying to fact check things, and so she can bring, the truth forward. So I'm not going to call her a liar, no.
You chose to walk out of that dinner with her, which hit seemingly Heather and Lisa a little sideways of, oh, unexpected. Why was it important for you to walk away with Whitney?
I was on her side of the table, and it was a lot, and I don't like the pylon. I don't like the gang up. I'm not into like the whole Mean Girls thing, and it just felt like they had had a conversation and wanted to take her out. It was very obvious that was their goal. So I didn't want to stay and support that, and I felt bad for her. Like I said, being on her side, I saw through her eyes, and it was mean.
You could feel the residual heat coming there.
Yes.
Let's just one at a time.
You said that I wrote unauthorized material.
Yes, you have accused Mary of running a cult and being a predator.
No.
How does siding with Whitney in that moment affect your dynamics with the rest of the women for the rest of the season?
Well, look, things have never been great with Meredith and I, and I'm okay with that. I think it affected Lisa and I's friendship. I felt like at that moment she just thought, oh, you can't be friends with both of us, which is not true. I think Heather she tries to remain neutral with all of us, so I don't feel that she was judging me. I think she was surprised, but I don't think it left any bad feelings between Heather and I. It did set the tone for the rest of the season, probably, for Lisa and I to not see eye to eye.
Okay, because she does call you out in that moment for feeling like you're inserting yourself into somebody else's drama. The same could be said about her as of this week. You and Meredith were having a little back and forth on Twitter, and she jumped in too and then caught a little fire from you. Why did it take such the turn online that it did?
You know, that's a tough one, isn't it? Twitter's really petty and it's like child's play. But yeah, it really wasn't necessary for her to insert herself. What's going on Twitter has nothing to even do with what's going on in the show. So, you know, that was just, I guess, her way of sending a message to me that where her support lies, and that's great. The difference with Lisa and myself is I've always supported her and Meredith moving forward and having a friendship. You know, I feel at times throughout the years, Lisa doesn't always support you being friends with someone that maybe she isn't friends with at the time. So, you know.
Do you have any regrets about what you put out into the ether? There was Repo Man, Mystery Man.
Well, you know, for me, like, I think my initial response was fun and funny and just like talking about me Greek dancing and about a scroll. I try and keep it light and funny. And I guess, you know, people, they want to take it to the next level. And, you know, I responded in the heat of the moment. And, you know, it's just kind of like you wake up and move on.
Okay.
We have bigger fish to fry that, you know, it's a long season, there's a lot that happens, and this is just silly and petty.
Okay.
And I'm not into gangbangs, you know what I mean? But I am a standalone, and I can take on as many people as want to come at me, and that's why I'm standing in the center, I guess, right? Here's a few things that I'd like an apology for. So, number one.
Angie has a scroll. Why does Angie have a scroll?
We get a little petty drama in the premiere. You pull out a scroll. Mm-hmm. How did that idea come to you, and where does one even get a scroll in the year 2024?
That's a great question. I know they used them in ancient Greece and ancient Egypt and the Middle East. I just thought, you know what? She wants an apology from me. I have a list of things that I want an apology for, and I don't know how, but a scroll popped to my mind because I just thought I could roll out a list of all the things that she's done to hurt my feelings or offend me or say about me or my family or my business. And so I got on Amazon and I found a scroll with a bow. I pulled out a Sharpie and that was that.
Okay.
And you know, it's lighthearted, it's supposed to be fun, and it wasn't meant to be taken so seriously. And you know, I like to have fun, that's who I am. And you know, I thought she would take it a little more lighthearted than she did. But I wish all my grievances could fit on a post-it with her, but they couldn't. I'd rather scroll than troll. I'll just put my feelings on a scroll and give it to you and say it to your face, right?
Did you get what you wanted out of Meredith ultimately from that moment?
Oh, absolutely not. She was offended. She stormed off, which is, you know, it's not what I wanted, but it's so Meredith.
Yeah. I imagine you were hoping it would land somewhere else, but where it did land is probably what you expected.
Yes, absolutely. We have totally different sense of humors, obviously.
Safe to say you two are not in the best spot now. She's been calling you Jen Shah's backup dancer, which kind of created the whole Twitter back and forth.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we've never really been able to connect. I tried. I feel like I've continued to try, and it's probably okay to say that we're just going to agree to disagree. We're in the same group of friends, and we're just going to have to find a way to, you know, cohabitate. And yeah.
One of your points on the scroll was the comment Meredith allegedly made to Monica about being able to sue you for your house.
Yes.
You resolved it.
I never resolved her telling someone to take my house. You don't do that to a family.
Oh, God.
You're now selling this house.
Yes.
I imagine unrelated.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. We're just looking for some horse property and to build another modern and kind of have another. This is our third house we built. We love to do it, and my husband's good at it. And yeah, we just want to make our daughter's dream come true and let her live on a property with horses.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, it's not it's not because of a lawsuit or anything. Thank goodness. It's a more on a positive note.
So let's talk about you and Angie's relationship.
Hi, Bezos.
I feel like life is weird.
A big change this season.
Yes.
You and Mary. a dynamic duo. Was it really just you telling her she had lipstick on her teeth at reunion that sent you on this trajectory, or is there something else that happened?
You know, we both talked about it, and we can't really figure out where and when this pivotal moment was that we became so connected. But she will say it's not the lipstick, but it was shortly thereafter. And we have just such a special connection, and I am so grateful to have had her by my side this season. She's fun, she's lighthearted, we laugh, and you know, people watch the show for that. And I love being around fun people and funny people that make me laugh.
What would people maybe be surprised to learn about Mary that you've learned about Mary?
She shared a lot of wisdom with me that has actually been life-changing. And I know that may sound wild to some people, but she's given me some great advice. And Mary is very tender-hearted. She's just let her walls down with me, and I don't think anyone really knows Mary the way that I know Mary. Of course, her family, but.
Do you think you getting close with Mary has anything to do with her pulling away from Meredith?
I can't really speak for Mary, but it feels like those feelings might have been there for a while.
You're not always the victim.
No, I am not.
Have a good day, okay?
Yeah, you
Have a good
used
day.
me for 3 years. I got the memo.
You're sneaky, little snarky, little something.
Leave me alone.
Get out of my house.
Maybe in the heat of the moment, they just came out. And I was sad to see that, you know, with the timing. We don't talk about her and Meredith, you know, and their issues. And I don't speak ill of Meredith to Mary. So obviously it's probably just something that she's been holding on to.
Have you gotten to go into the closet room and play in Mary's things?
Well, that's one of the ways we connected originally was I got a FaceTime tour of all of her things in her closet. And that was one of our first really like bonding
moments?
Yes.
Okay.
But I've been to her home on and off camera.
An important distinction.
Yes.
From closest in the group to maybe most estranged, how would you rank the other women?
Well, most estranged is obviously easy. It's Meredith. And I have a really special connection to Mary, Whitney, and Heather. And they're all for different reasons.
Okay. And
Yeah.
then Lisa's probably somewhere close to
Yeah,
Meredith.
right now we're not really seeing eye to eye. We're not connected. And, you know, we haven't spoke much, you know, in the last while, so.
You've got 3 newbies. You're no longer the new kid on the block.
I know, I love it. Oh my gosh.
Of Bronwyn, May Lee, and Brittany, who fit in the best and who maybe struggled to find their footing in this group?
I feel like Bronwyn really does fit in. I think she brings a lot to the group. So she would be my number 1.
Bronwyn is not here to make friends.
You don't want to hug somebody, do you?
And I don't trust her.
You're going to need to get your words in order with all of this group because you have been telling everybody a different story.
If you don't want my support, you don't got to take it.
She's a strong, confident woman. I think she brings a lot in to the group. Brittany, she's sweet. I just feel like she's trying to figure things out, you know? Like, if you're gonna start something and someone responds, you know, you can't cry every time. So it's hard. It's a hard group. It's a very forward, strong, you know, women that are gonna say what they think, and you've got to be ready to take that. So she's number 2, and I feel like, you know, Maylee's extremely sweet. I almost want to say she's just too nice, like, because I know how hard it is to throw yourself in this group of women, and I felt like she had a harder time inserting herself.
Who of the newbies caused the most drama?
Oh Lord, that's a good question. I'm gonna say Brittany.
We get hints that may be where this season is barreling toward, with Meredith in her face screaming.
I don't want you around me. You record your friends. You are vile.
Why do you think Salt Lake City keeps going to these places of like, how did we get here?
That is a great question. You know, I guess we never know how someone's gonna fit in until they get there, and it made me realize how hard it is. It's hard to find a good fit. It's hard to find a new friend. It's hard to find, you know, a new full-time cast member.
Well, then we get that moment of like all of you scattering like cockroaches.
You shouldn't open up to anyone in this group. And I'm sure she can hear me now.
Yes, yes. That was a run for your life moment.
You're trauma bonded by this
Yes.
experience. We've got a lot of season to watch.
Yes.
We've gotten hints of drama to come. There's one moment where you and Lisa really go at it.
I don't think you've been a good friend to me lately.
You've been a f***ing bitch to me.
Why do we hit that point where you're like standing over the table at each other?
I think, you know, I guess maybe I'm speaking my mind more this season. I'm being who I really am, which is probably more opinionated and I'm just standing in my truth.
Okay, so you had found your footing, felt a little more comfortable than
Yeah.
maybe the first go around.
Yeah, true.
Well, because your first season, you have the shadow of Jen Shaw hanging over. Your second season, you're free of that, and then it spirals into the Monica place. And then we have this year of like, okay, maybe I can catch a breath.
Yes, yeah, I definitely, and I think, you just get more comfortable with time. You trust the women more, you're getting to know everyone more, so it's easier to be yourself more.
We also hear in the cold open your disembodied voice.
We were friends. How could you do this to me?
Who is that about?
I'm gonna have to say you're gonna have to wait and see.
How long are we gonna have to wait for that moment to play out?
Probably, wow, that could go I think that could go all the way to the end, honestly. The finale, maybe.
Whitney just told me that the finale rivals the season 4 finale.
Absolutely, it was insane.
How do we top?
I have asked myself the same question, and Salt Lake just keeps on dropping bombs. I don't even know what to say. I left there. It was unexpected. It wasn't what you thought it was, and that's what's great about our friends. You really never know what you're gonna get.
Did it leave you scared to do this again?
Oh, I think for about 2 weeks, I was like, it was an out-of-body experience, and I just thought, what in the world am I doing?
What have I signed myself
What
up
have I
for?
signed myself up for? Who are these people? No, but yeah, it was, I couldn't stop thinking about it for 2 weeks. It was kind of life-changing, to be honest.
Life-changing, whoa, all right.
Yeah.
Do you get hit with any more rumors and nastiness threats?
No, I think they're kind of like, those cheap shots, like they look as cheap as their shots. And Twitter, you speak your mind in press, then suddenly, things come out about you. So after today, I'm sure that there'll be something coming out about me and my marriage and my business, because that's kind of the blueprint that keeps happening in Salt Lake City. So, if you're gonna be truthful, if you're gonna speak your truth, it seems that there's always some rumor or some lies to follow, but it's just a risk you gotta take, right?
In what is to come, what are you most excited to either get to relive yourself or have the fans see for the first time?
I just feel together, Mary and I brought a lot of comedy to the show. We have fun together.
And then on the flip side, is there anything that you are bracing for impact for that you're nervous when it hits the air?
Yeah, there was, probably something that comes up that was really hurtful to me. And it really, I was blindsided. And I guess for me, I was surprised that somebody could be so mean. And it just reminds me, like, you know what? I love who I am on the show and in real life, and it's positive and fun and happy. And I think that's why sometimes I get devastated and really deeply hurt by people's actions. But yeah, that's, for me, I'm not looking forward to reliving a particular moment.
Who's responsible for that moment?
Obviously, I can't say.
You're not saying what the moment
I
is,
know,
but who's the person who brings it to the table?
I don't even know if I should go that far, keep you guys guessing. But yeah, I'm definitely, I wear my heart on my sleeve. And it's probably gonna be really hard for me to rewatch that. But you know what, that's what I give of myself. I'm authentic, I'm real. I have nothing to hide, and I guess my feelings come out, and I'm gonna have to, rewatch and be reminded of a painful moment.
All right, we've got a life-changing season,
Yeah.
a devastating moment,
Yeah.
and some fun with you and Mary to come.
Yes, that sums it up.